Mark Time has been incredibly generous to this channel by loaning me these three watches. In fact, this M1.2 that I did a review on, he said I can keep, which is why you're seeing a paid promotion at the beginning of this video. But the other two watches are in fact on loaner. I will be giving them back. Now, keep in mind that all these watches here are prototypes, but I'm going to be starting off with this M4 that I have here in a blue colorway, but this one will be getting sent back and it's not going to be able to be purchased. So the review video that we're focusing on here is going to be on the M5 that you see in the green colorway in the background. But I wanted to showcase this, and it's a very unconventional diver, meaning not so much specifically focusing on being a tool watch, but rather it being a desk diver, and it's very artistic. There are markers that are going to be shown on the bezel to signify the 15-minute intervals, but it's not going to have any lume, so it's not going to work like a conventional tool watch, dive watch, but still very nice. I think that he's poured a lot into the design, having that Bauhaus, having those large hands, keeping things simple on the dial. The crown is signed. It had drill lugs on this watch, and we could see some improvements on the bracelet that he did from other models. This one's a quick adjust, which is very nice. I, for some reason, have been wanting to wear bracelets in the summertime, so having this is kind of essential for me in my collection, and I always focus on getting the bracelets first, as I normally say. So it's going to have a quick adjust at that point there. You're going to have drilled lugs in this particular prototype. We're going to go away from that on the M5, but the bracelet is very, very nice, very well finished. You could see the progression and see how he's learning and how he's going along and improving things and just getting better and better. So I wanted to showcase this watch to you guys just to take a look at it. But at the end of the day, we're going to be focusing, like I said, on the M5, which I'm really excited to do a review on, because when I got the watch in hand, I really was impressed with what it looked like. So jumping to this M5, you'll notice right away with your trained eyes that I know you enthusiasts have, that the case size is going to be smaller. We're going to have a 36mm here and a fixed bezel instead of an articulating one. That bezel is very, very nice. We'll get into that. But he shrunk things down. He put a fixed bezel, which is the biggest thing that shot out to me. So I'm talking about that first. And everything is well refined. We're losing the drilled lugs, which, by the way, on drilled lugs, it's something that's been kind of a topic for my channel, but I've realized that it's not so essential to have that, and it does distort some of the continuity of the side of the case itself. So it's one of those things where we get a little fixated on specifications and thinking that we need it, but do we really need them? We've changed out enough bracelets, and I think that we could figure it out. But that being said, he also gave us quick release on the lugs, a solid female end link, solid screwed in H-link style bracelet that's primarily brushed, but there are some polished edging on the chamfers on the sides and in the middle of the center links. At the clasp, we have a nice healthy click down with button deployment, also brushed and polished at the chamfered ends, and an engraving that says Mark Time into the center of the clasp. Flipping her over, we're met with a see-through case back that's sapphire crystal, and the first thing that shouts out to me is the rotor, marked with Mark Time and also designed with the indices in mind in black that jumps out. Now we have Japanese heart referring to the Miyota 9039. We have German love and we have Virginia headquarters all coming together with that logo also being on the left corner for the Mark Time logo. And it is a screwed in case back with brushed at the edging. At the crown, it is signed and has a nice coined edge finishing. And it is a push-pull crown instead of the screw-down crown that we found in the M4, effectively making this watch 100 meters of water resistance. Looking at the side profile of the case, we are getting a 316L stainless steel brushed entirely, and it has a lug-to-lug of 46mm. Going back to the bezel, it is something that shouted out to me going from that M4 to this M5, and that gave me at first impressions a fluted bezel type of feel, but after looking at it closely, I realized that what Mark decided to do here on this model is take those indices that you would find on the inside of the watch and actually apply them to the outside of the watch. Prior watches used to have the indices placed as braille markings inside of his other watches, but this time he's decided to make more of an elegant style watch, putting those on the outside, and I thought that that's a phenomenal idea, and it gave it not only design but function for us to set the time to the exact moment that we want. Protecting the dial, we get a flat sapphire crystal with AR coated treating. Just underneath that, we have the oversized and large baton hands that we normally see in Mark's watches. This time, only having brushed stainless steel at the end tips and the second hand still being a one-way street with a red tip. At the edge of the dial, we have indices that are stainless steel brushed, applied, and give kind of a railroad track look at the breaks of in between each, indicating the hour. At the 12, we have mark time and a very hidden MV. I had to really get close up on this. I only saw this when I did my close-up shots of the dial, but there's also an MV colored in the same green colorway of the dial, almost like a hidden message. I'm guessing that this is his initials. Aside from that, the rest of the dial is of minimalistic style, and in this case, a muted green colorway, which you can also find at the base of the hour and minute hand and throughout the second hand, except for the red tip. There are 6 other colorways to choose from, and Mark will be releasing this through Kickstarter. I'll leave a link in the description for you guys to check out when that release will happen and how much the watch will cost, but I definitely will be adding this into my collection. It feels like a crossover between a dress watch and a sports watch, just something in the middle, giving that minimalistic design. It's just well made, well finished, and I'm very in tune with the mission statement of the overall brand of marking time, enjoying the moment, not getting lost into the minutia of the day-to-day tasks, and really enjoying your time that you have here on this earth. And remember, it all started with a watch. No matter where your watch collection journey takes you, no matter how you decide to collect, you guys are all welcome on this channel and in this community, as you should be. I thank you guys for checking out this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.